In April 2026, Germany's digital minister and Canada's AI minister shared a stage in Berlin to publicly endorse a new corporate partnership. The public framing described a $20 billion merger, an entity designed to serve as Europe's primary counterweight to American AI labs. This graphic isolates the target. Out of a projected $1 trillion in total global AI spending by 2030, $600 billion is specifically earmarked for sovereign AI, the market for government and regulated enterprise contracts. When two G7 governments show up to bless a tech deal, they are treating a corporate transaction as a tool of statecraft. Look past the celebratory press release and into the private details of the corporate term sheet. This chart breaks down the actual equity split of the combined company. Shareholders of the Canadian firm Cohere take roughly 90%. Germany's national champion Aleph Alpha takes just 10%. Corporate leadership and the parent company will remain headquartered in Toronto, Canada, outside the European Union. Dressing up a North American acquisition as a merger of equals provided the optics politicians needed to navigate the optics of a domestic sale. Before the deal, Aleph Alpha had ousted its founder, cut 50 staff members, and pivoted away from building its own cutting-edge frontier models. A 10% stake in a $20 billion entity is roughly $2 billion. That means Germany's national AI hope was actually sold at a markdown from its $3 billion valuation in 2023. Cohere did not execute this acquisition to gain access to superior technology or models. Instead, Cohere purchased a European passport and a Rolodex of deep relationships with the German Digital Ministry, Deutsche Bank, and SAP, access they could not have built themselves. Curious, this arrangement is anchored by a hidden player, the retail conglomerate behind the Lidl supermarket chain. The Schwartz Group, a retail giant with a net worth over $40 billion, unexpectedly became the infrastructural anchor of Europe's sovereign AI ambitions. They provided €500 million in funding, but in return, the new AI entity must run its operations on Stackit, the conglomerate's proprietary cloud platform. This shifts leverage away from the state and toward private industrial capital, establishing a new model where a retail conglomerate acts as the primary financial and infrastructural provider. The primary regulatory threat to European data is the U.S. Cloud Act, which can compel American tech companies to hand over data regardless of where their servers are located. This diagram shows the legal firewall. Because the parent company is Canadian, U.S. authorities cannot legally compel it like an American firm. That jurisdictional shield is combined with the physical security of housing operations entirely inside German, security-cleared data centers. European digital independence currently relies on a Canadian parent, a member of the Five Eyes intelligence network, to shield its data from American requests. The most immediate consequence of this deal is felt in Paris. Mistral, Europe's last independent AI hope, now faces a significantly more powerful rival. Plotting the market on two axes, Mistral holds high jurisdictional purity as a French entity. Cohere and Aleph Alpha trades purity for deep political and financial support. Germany is Mistral's largest external market, but it's now claimed by a state-endorsed rival. The timing is difficult. Mistral is publicly chasing a goal of $1 billion in annual recurring revenue by the end of 2026, up from roughly $400 million at the start of the year. It now has to hit those numbers while competing with a state-endorsed rival. In the enterprise market, political endorsement and deep corporate pockets often outweigh legal purity. On a macro level, Europe has pivoted. It has stopped trying to build the world's leading AI models and is focusing instead on controlling the layer where those models are deployed. Despite the branding, the new champion is a North American lab, partnered with Microsoft and hosted by a supermarket chain. This transition shows how the concept of sovereignty has shifted from a strict geographic status into a flexible spectrum. Faced with the realities of the 2026 tech Cold War, Europe accepted a compromise. It has decided that being not American is the only affordable version of independence left.